Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Listen, listen, listen. Get in a little closer. It's your girl, Aniya A. And this evening, I was supposed to be out. I was supposed to be literally in a vibe. Tonight, I said after the show, when I was shutting down on Facebook, that I was going to go and take a moment to just relax and do me a little bit and, check out the sights in the city. But I got a couple of phone calls and I couldn't leave because I'm waiting up right now for a follow up call. And at the end of the day, let me tell you guys something. Sometimes God slows us down for a reason, and sometimes that reason is like bigger than what we think and bigger than what we expect. And tonight was prime evidence of all of that. And so let me get to it real quick. So on the Aniya A show tonight, I basically talked about, calling versus career and how I was inspired by that whole train of thought by the one and only Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton, who is my leader, who is somebody I highly respect. And I hope somebody gets this message to him because I feel like he needs to hear this message. Hold on as I transfer this on Facebook. 1 second. After, oye, Dios mío, un momento, okay? After hours thoughts with your girl, Aniya A live on that good old YouTube. Listen, so I know I was supposed to not be on live right now, but I had to because I had to tell you guys this tea real quick. Okay, so typically I don't do the whole gossip thing. I'm not one of these gossip columnists or whatever. I listen to them though. I'm not gonna lie. I get on Facebook and Instagram or YouTube, and I listen a lot because at the end of the day, it actually does something to my psyche and it helps me relax to hear some of the foolishness that's going on in the world. But one of the things that occurs in my life is the mere fact that I have my own little situations. And so tonight, what I did was a little different. And I referred to Rev Al Sharpton's sermons and things of that nature. And I piggybacked off of the fact that he does such an incredible job, especially when he talks about the whole aspect of, the calling versus career thing. And one of the things that I love about that message, did I just snort? I feel like I snorted, but I don't think I did snort. That was like a thing that happened with my nose, and that wasn't a real snort. So whatever. Anyway, so what I feel in my spirit and in my heart about that calling versus career is we all need to hear that message. We need to know that in life, there are things that happen to us for a grand purpose and a reason. And as I was sharing earlier on the show, right? We all have a calling. We all have a purpose, but it's up to us whether or not we go forward in our calling and our desires to be better, or we just ignore the calling and we stay where we at. And with Aniya A, I can't stay where I'm at. I'm always looking for more. For example, like somebody talked to me last night, gave me a lot of advice. We talked on the phone and they're probably watching like Aniya A. Didn't we discuss that you were going to take a whole nap and be off for a couple of days because you need to rest because of your body and everything else? And the funny part is this, I can't do that. I can't rest because I know I need my health. I know I need everything that makes me function and function great. However, one of the things that people don't comprehend is like at the end of the day, this is my calling. This is absolutely positively my calling. And as I was debating before the show what I was going to discuss and things of that nature, I was like, this calling thing is so serious, right? It's so serious because at the end of the day, this is the only thing that makes me go, like to share information, to interview people, to be a resource center within myself. This is what it's about for me. getting dressed up, putting on makeup and hair. Actually, this is my hair tonight. So listen, I got a lot of hair. I be telling y'all, ow, those inches are doing it. But this is all a part of my life, and I want to be able to share everything I can with the people, because at the end of the day, what I need people to understand is when it comes to your calling, you're gonna give it all you got. You're not going to front with it. And as I was getting ready to start the show and things of that nature, wouldn't you know, I get like this I guess a connection, a click or something. Like it was like one of those things that, my phone like made a noise, but it wasn't like an intentional noise, I don't think. And all of a sudden I look down and I see my baby brother's face, and I'm like, what is this about? And it was his new business ideas. Talking about calling, talking about career. My big brother is one of my biggest inspirations and joys because he's so amazing and I love him so much. And wouldn't you know, now he's really looking into the things that he's passionate about to become a business owner. So when I talk about the careers and the callings and the different things that inspire you to be great, I'm thankful that I got confirmation within a blink of an eye. Within a blink of an eye, I was able to get confirmation that here I am thinking about Rev Al Sharpton, all the great work he does, everything that we got going on as a people, so on and so forth. And then within 2 seconds, wouldn't you know, my baby brother is confirming that he is going to be an entrepreneur. The young man I watched and helped raise, the young man that's always been the apple of Aniya A's eye, the young man who's so creative but yet so sincere and humble at the same time. If I had half of his abilities and talents, listen. First of all, I want to say I do have a lot of talents when it comes to creativity. I'm not going to disregard that. I'm not going to front like I don't. But let me tell you something. When it comes to that drawing tip, when it comes to design, that's my baby brother. And then he links up with his girl, and she's also an artist. And then they have a baby, and that baby's also an artist. But listen, don't hate on me, because let me tell you something. Aniya A does what you call amazing stick figures. Ow! I don't want to brag or boast, but I could do a stick person all day. Okay? Let's get that together right there. But no, all jokes aside, as I was thinking about tonight's show and what the greatest purpose out of it would be, when I talked about the calling versus the career, all of a sudden my baby brother, and there's a link and there's this information, and then I follow up and I'm like, yo, son, you trying to do your own business or what? What am I seeing on my page? And he's like, yeah, sis, continue to inspire me, sis. I'm going for it. That right there, that's why Aniya A does what Aniya A does. You've heard? That's why I do what I do. Because at the end of the day, when I see my baby brother going out there and accomplishing greatness and says, continue to inspire me, it's a done better. Say less, son. You got this. I got this. What else you need me to say and do, right? Because it's about that calling. Imagine if I would have given up years ago. Imagine if you would have given up years ago. I don't know who's watching now. I don't know who's going to watch later. I don't know what you're going through. But imagine if you've given up so quickly that you never got to the other side of that thing. Imagine if you threw in the towel, but you never realized that you had people watching you, that they're rooting for you, that they're feeding off of your greatness. I try to tell you guys this all the time. You never know who's watching. You ever seen that picture? It's like a cartoon or it's a real picture, but in my mind, I feel like it's a cartoon, and it's of a father and of his son. And the father is, I think, doing push-ups, and the son is right next to him, just imitating him. You never know who's watching. And if you have little bitty people around you, if you have kids in your life Understand that you could be the only light they see. I want my family and friends to see so bad. I want to see people really go out there and live their dreams, yo. And when I hear people like Rev Al Sharpton, excuse me, who really made it, and I'm doing a whole show idea based on his talent and his greatness, and then within seconds of starting, all of a sudden, I see my baby brother going after what he desires. I don't want to get emotional tonight, but I want to tell you guys something. Confirmation is real. God is real. I know we're going through some real hard times right now, son. I know right now it don't look easy for none of us. Like every time I turn on a gadget or even when I catch the news, I want to break down and cry. I want to just be done with this country. Like sometimes I just want to pack my stuff and disappear and go back to Haiti or go back to Europe or somewhere, even find somewhere in Africa to lay my head. You feel me? But then I realized like this is a calling for me because I've been was supposed to not be in this predicament. I've been was supposed to be living large and in charge and having men take care of me and everything. And I never chose that lifestyle because I felt like my life meant more. I couldn't be like those ordinary chicks. Not saying there's anything wrong with them, but I could have been that chick who laid up in the bed and having the servants and being taken care of and everything because that was the mentality I grew up with. So that's what I was looking for. But God gave me a calling. And I want you guys to understand something, that you have a calling as well. We all have a destiny, but we have to take the journey. And tonight, as I was thinking about Rev Al Sharpton and his life and all this man does for so many people, he travels the world, he gets acknowledgments, he has a doctorate, he goes out and about, he feeds the homeless. And every Saturday, he's at the House of Justice, the HOJ, representing for us, standing up for power and for peace and for productivity. And I mean, and all I could do was say, wow. And as I was getting ready to start the show and I'm thinking about everything going on in this world and politics and all the ways we're going backwards right now, yo. Like I could be on some negative stuff and just be down and out because for the past couple of days, I'm not going to lie, it's been stressful. It's been so stressful thinking about the new lives that we're in, this present times. Like, yo. But instead, I looked to somebody like Rev Al Sharpton, and I remembered the message from this past Saturday, just a couple of days ago. And I remember him talking about the calling versus the career. Right now, we're not going through easy times. Right now, we have a lot of problems. Right now, things are popping off left, right, front, and center. Right now, that man in office is trying to take away all of our rights. Right now, we are struggling as a people. But you know what, fam? Let me tell you something. Choose to stay positive. Choose to go forward irregardless of what they do. You know what I mean? Like, do not allow for the foolishness to take you down. Stay productive right now. Stay positive. Be an inspiration, especially if you got little people watching you. All I ever wanted to hear was my baby brother and them say that they were proud of me, yo. And tonight, I feel like I accomplished something. And I don't often get sentimental about my family and all of this kind of stuff because, like I said on the show tonight, I don't have that dynamic and I don't like people knowing like who my peoples are and all this kind of stuff. It's something that I've always kept separate. You understand? But tonight, I feel so blessed to know that I've inspired somebody. And you know, honestly, that's the only person that I care to inspire because I know we have the same DNA. I know that at the end of the day, if I could inspire him, I've done my job. So what are you doing out there? What are you leaving behind as a legacy? Are you living your fullest life, your fullest potential every day? Or are you just existing to exist? Are you just sitting around? I watch people on the curb. I watch people on the rooftops. I watch people like just chilling all day. They sitting outside, smoking and drinking and just letting their lives pass them by. The only thing they do is take a shower and change clothes. That's it. It's like all their brain cells are dead. And I never wanted to see my peoples go down like that. So I could have been sitting around too, chilling on the block. You know what I mean? Just smoking and drinking and partying. Because at one point, that's all I wanted to do to get away from my problems, to relieve my stresses, to escape the madnesses that I was going through with the traumas I was experiencing every day. I could have been on the block chilling. I could have been on the side. I could have been the chick that had no ambition, but I had to push myself. And tonight, I'm speaking out because I want you to push yourself too. You know what I mean? Whatever you have, whatever desires, whatever goals and dreams and visions that you see for yourself, go out there and be your best. Live your fullest life to your fullest potential. And when it's all said and done, remember somebody is out there watching you. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe your girl Aniya A. Somebody's being inspired by you every single day. You may not believe it, and you may not understand it. Take it from me. It's happening. It's your girl Aniya A, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being of a support. Listen, I'm building each and every day. I'm growing. I'm excited by all of the greatness that's happening in my life and in the people's lives that I love. And even when I get bad news and stuff, you know what it does for me? It makes me keep on pushing, right? I didn't expect to get these phone calls within the past 48 hours or so, but I got him. So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep my head above water because you know what? I've already known certain things, but all of these things that are meant to break me just make me a stronger, more beautiful, and amazing person. So don't let nothing break you tonight. And if you do get bad news, if you get shocking drama thrown at you, if you get lemons thrown at you, take those lemons and turn them into margaritas. Ow. Have a beautiful night. If you want to support Aniya A, you already know, cash at me, money symbol, the Aniya A Show. We have many more projects coming up. I'm waiting for one last phone call for the night. I was supposed to be out in the streets, hanging out, doing something, but I'd rather be at home listening to this tea. You already know I'm sipping on this tea, baby. Have a blessed night. See you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Same black time, same black space. Ciao.